students, now we see the unit third, part second of forced oscillation. In this part, we see the differential equation of forced oscillation and its solution. A differential equation of forced oscillations and its solution. Suppose an external periodic force F sin qt is applied to a simple harmonic oscillator of mass m. Means in case of forced oscillation, we should apply some external periodic force, and that external periodic force is shown by F sin qt. Means we apply the external force, and the x component, if we consider that the force is like this, if we say that the force is like this, then here we say that this is your x component and this is your y component. So the x component means we apply the force, and that force along the x-axis it is given by F sin qt. Suppose an external periodic force F sin qt is applied to a simple harmonic oscillator of mass m, where F is the force amplitude and q is an angular frequency of the force, where F is the force amplitude, means amplitude it is shown by F, and q is the angular frequency of the force. If a k is the force constant and r is the coefficient of damping force per unit velocity, then the force acting on oscillator are, there are three different type of forces acting on the oscillator. First one is the restoring force, that is minus kx. It is shown by minus sign because when pendulum is oscillate like this, so due to this restoring force, it will restore to its mean position, that is at the mean position. So when pendulum move at the extreme position, end position, so this force will try to restore to its mean position. So such type of force, it is known as minus kx. The damping force, that is shown by minus r dx by dt. So this is also in the opposite direction of applied force, therefore here it is negative sign, so that is minus r dx by dt. So these two forces, restoring force and the damping force, these two forces are in the opposite direction, and therefore it is shown by minus sign. The applied force F sin qt, here we apply the force, therefore the amplitude will not reduce, and therefore it is in the positive direction. Means these two forces are in negative direction and this force it is in positive direction. According to Newton's second law of motion, Newton's second law say that force F equal to mass into acceleration, F equal to ma. F means force, m means mass, and a means acceleration. Therefore mass into acceleration is nothing but force. Therefore force equal to, now here we say that, therefore force equal to, here we say that mass it is shown by m, and this d2 d2x upon dt square, this is acceleration. Why this is acceleration? Because x is the displacement, x is displacement, dx by dt is velocity, and d2x by dt square it is acceleration. So this acceleration it is shown by d2x by dt square. We can write m d2x by dt square, means just here we apply this for the value of force, that is m d2x by dt square. So m d2x by dt square equal to minus kx minus r dx by dt plus f sin qt. How we do this? Just here we say that these three forces are in one side, and F equal to these three different type of forces are act on the pendulum. So first force is minus kx, means F equal to force equal to minus kx minus r dx by dt plus F sin qt. But the force it is given by m d2x by dt square, therefore m d2x by dt square equal to minus kx minus r dx by dt plus f sin qt. Now just we rearrange the terms, we change the side of these two terms minus kx and minus r dx by dt. Therefore when we change the side, it there is change in sign, and therefore here it is plus sign, here it is also plus sign. So here we say that m d2x by dt square plus r dx by dt plus kx equal to f sin qt. So this is the equation. The above equation is equation number 1, shows the differential equation of forced oscillation. So this is the simple equation, the equation of forced oscillation. In MCQ you may ask such type of equation also. So which is the equation of forced oscillation? So this is the equation of forced oscillation. It is linear, inhomogeneous and second order differential equation with constant coefficient. Inhomogeneous due to the term f sin qt. Here f sin qt term is there, in which x quantity is not present. The x quantity is not present, therefore it is inhomogeneous equation. Yeah, which is independent of x or its derivative, means x quantity or derivative of x quantity is not present. So this we say that this equation where x quantity is not present, so therefore we say that it is inhomogeneous. If x quantity is present or any zero is present, the right side of the equation, then we say that it is homogeneous. But here the f sin qt term is present, and in this f sin qt term there is no the x quantity or its derivative or zero. Therefore we say that it is inhomogeneous. Linear. Why it is linear? Because here the x power is 1, here x power is 1, here x power is 1, therefore it is linear. And second order. Second order, why? Because it is d2x by dt square. Here the highest derivative, the power of highest derivative is 2, therefore it is second order. So in this way we say that it is linear, inhomogeneous, second order differential equation with constant coefficients. Here we say that these are the coefficients. Okay, its solution consists of two parts. Now this equation have two main parts in its solution. First one is complementary function and second is particular integral. Already we have seen this complementary function in simple equation. Like this equation is our simple equation, complementary function. Its solution already we have find it. Okay, the complementary function is the solution of corresponding homogeneous equation called auxiliary equation, which is this. This is homogeneous equation. Why homogeneous equation? Because here all the terms contain the x quantity, therefore this is homogeneous equation. That is m d2x by dt square r dx by dt plus kx equal to 0. The equation can be written as d2x by dt square. Just we divide this equation, whole equation by m. If we divide this whole equation by m, the first quantity m by m is 1, so therefore it is d2x by dt square r by m dx by dt plus k by m x equal to 0. So equation is like this. Now here we say that r by m equal to 2b and k by m equal to omega square, that is angular frequency, and r by m equal to 2 will like one constant. So the above equation, this equation becomes d2x by dt square, instead of r by m here we write 2b dx by dt plus omega x, instead of k by m here we write omega square x equal to 0. The solution of this equation is given by x equal to a e raised to bt square sine pt minus phi. So this is the equation of above solution. Already we have find out it in first chapter. Now the particular integral is obtained by trial and error method. Let's us try the solution in the form that is x equal to a sine qt minus theta. So here we consider one type of solution, that is x equal to a sine qt minus theta. Differentiate with respect to time twice we get. If we first differentiate with respect to time, you will get dx by dt. Dx by dt equal to a. the derivative of sine qt is cos qt minus theta, and again derivative of qt is q. Therefore, aq cos qt minus theta. This is the derivative of this equation 4, that is x equal to a sine qt minus theta. Now again we differentiate this equation, because here we want to differentiate time twice, means two times we want to differentiate. Therefore again if we differentiate this equation, so the derivative of dx by dt is d2x by dt square. Again the derivative of this side, a is as it is, q is as it is, and derivative of cos qt minus theta. Again the derivative of cos is sine, therefore here it is sine qt minus theta. And again if we differentiate qt with respect to t, you will get q, so q into q, it is q square. So in this way, here you will get the equation d2x by dt square equal to minus a q square sine qt minus theta. This is our equation number 6. Substitute equation 4, 5, 6 in equation 1, we get our equation 1. This is our equation 1. Sorry, here this is our equation 1. Here d2x by dt square, dx by dt, and x. All these things we apply. We keep the values of equation 4. Sorry, equation 4, 5, and 6. So here you will get, that is m a minus m a q square sine qt minus theta. So this is a q square sine qt minus theta, it is d2x by dt square. Next r, here it is dx by dt, a q cos qt minus theta, and plus k, here it is x, that is a sine qt minus theta equal to f sine qt. Now here uh, we do some adjustment, that is f sine qt. We can write f sine in bracket qt minus theta plus theta. Here we make the arrangement of minus theta and plus theta, therefore the equation will remain as it is. There is no change in equation, that is, and qt minus theta we take in one bracket and theta. Now we uh, use the formula of sine a plus b. Sine a plus b means sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So here sine a, that is sine qt minus theta, cos b, that is cos theta, again cos a means qt minus theta and b means theta, so cos qt minus theta sine theta. Now we if we multiply by f to this whole bracket, you will get f sine qt minus theta cos theta plus f cos qt minus theta sine theta. And now we compare this equation, this whole equation, with this side equation, that is my minus m a q square sine qt minus theta plus r a q cos qt minus theta plus k sine qt minus theta. So this is the left side of equation. Now this right side of the equation is f sine qt minus theta cos theta plus f cos qt minus theta sine theta. Comparing the coefficient of sine qt minus theta and cos qt minus theta on both sides. So here sine qt minus theta term from the left side and sine qt minus theta term from the right side. So like this we compare the cos qt minus theta and here cos qt minus theta. So here you will get a in bracket k minus m q square equal to f cos theta. This is our equation number 7. And raq equal to f sin theta. This is our equation number 8. Squaring and adding these equations, we get, if we make square it and add it, means we take the square of both sides and then we add it. If we make the square of this side, the square of a is a square, the square of k minus mq square, its square is k minus mq square bracket square. Here it should be bracket square. Next here square of this term is r square a square q square equal to if we make the square of this term, that is f square cos square theta. If we make square of this term, that is f square sin square theta. Now uh, just a minute. Okay, so a square m k minus m q square plus r square is a square q square equal to f square, and in bracket here we say that cos square theta plus sin square theta. The value of cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. Therefore, instead of this bracket, here we take 1. F square into 1 is f square, and right side equation is as it is, but here it is bracket square. Everywhere here it is bracket square because we make square, and here the square is not shown here, but here it is square of this bracket, square of this bracket, square of this bracket. Therefore, a square k minus m q square bracket square plus r square a square q square equal to f square. Now we take all this term towards the right side. So here it is in multiplication of a square. If it will go towards the right side, it will go in division. Therefore, here we get a equal to f square, a square equal to f square upon k minus m q square bracket square plus r square a square q square. Now, if we take square root on both sides, you will get the square root of a square is a, the square root of s square f square is f, and the square root of this term. This is additional. There is type of equation. Therefore, its square we can write directly under root of k minus m q square bracket square. Here it is bracket square is shown there. Here it is bracket square plus r square q square. First one thing is remaining that is not shown here. Here first we take a square common from both side. If we take a square common from both side, in bracket, in square bracket, m k minus m square q square plus r square q square term is will remain, and therefore the equation you will get like this, equation number 9. The above this equation gives the amplitude of forced oscillation. Dividing equation 8 by 7 gives, we get, if we divide equation 8 by 7 means f upon f sin theta, f sin theta upon f cos theta, f will cancel, and sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta. So here you will get tan theta equal to rq upon k minus m q square. This equation gives the phase angle of forced oscillation. Substituting the value of a in equation 4, we get a particular integral as, means already we have here this equation is there, equation number 4. This is equation number 4 with solution. Now just we keep the value of a. The value of a, what is the value of a? The value of a here it is this. So x equal to, if we keep the value of a, that is uh, f sin qt minus theta upon under root k minus m q square bracket square plus r q square. So this is the equation of particular integral. Now the complete solution of equation we can write. This is one part, first part equation. We say that it is what we say here. If you forget it, here we say that the first part it is a complementary function, the complementary function, and second one is particular integral. The Therefore the complementary function, this part is the complementary function, and this is next particular integral. So here x equal to a e raised to minus bt sin pt minus phi, and this is plus f sin qt minus theta upon under root uh, k minus m q square bracket square plus r square q square or rq bracket square. Now here we keep the value of b in this equation. If we keep the value of b, that is x equal to a e raised to minus rt upon, value of b is r upon 2m, so e raised to minus rt upon 2m sin pt minus pt plus phi plus f sine qt minus theta under root k minus m q square bracket square plus r cube bracket square. Thus the equation 10, 11 or 12, this is equation 11 or this is equation 12, represent the general equation of differential equation 1. The first part of the solution represent the natural damped oscillation of the frequency, while the second part represent the forced oscillation of the frequency. Due to damping force, the first type dies out after some time and the system then continues to oscillate with constant frequency of applied force. For this reason, the complementary solution is called transient solution, while the particular integral is called steady state solution. Means here transient solution means here if first part is present, the pendulum will after each oscillation there is a reduce in amplitude of the pendulum, and in second particular integral, due to the forced oscillation, the pendulum will oscillate with constant amplitude like this. There is no change in amplitude, therefore it is known as steady state solution. Okay, thank you.